Hello, my name is Chelsea. I work for the LA Mayor's Office, and today I'll be going over how to calculate metrics programmatically using open data and the R Socrata package. First, a little background on why I'm covering this topic. Metrics are everywhere. They're becoming increasingly more important, and it's also becoming important that we can calculate these metrics on the fly. It's also crucial that we can trace how we're calculating the metrics, and programming languages are really helpful in that regard because you can leave comments and anyone can reproduce a calculation. Our key learning objectives for today are to recap the benefits of using a programming language to perform calculations. We'll use a real-world example to calculate the number of rain barrels and cisterns that the LA Department of Water and Power has issued through their rebate program. So, why use a programming language? Number one, it's reproducible. That means that you can run the script over and over again, pulling the latest data to perform these ad hoc, on-the-fly calculations. It's also more transparent this way because people can actually see how you got from source data to your metric. It's also fast and very easy to collaborate because you can leave comments to explain how you're performing calculations and people can build on those. It integrates with things like Socrata, which we'll get into, and also sharing platforms like GitHub. And it's more sustainable to use a programming language because, again, you can run this script over and over again using the latest data, and you can even automate it so that you don't have to be involved in the process at all. So we're going to dive in RStudio. There are some resources here to get up and running with R in RStudio and using open data. We're going to assume that you already have it installed and just jump into the R Socrata package. Here we go. I've now opened up RStudio. We'll start by making sure that the packages that we'll use are installed. So I'll go into the packages window over here and you'll search for R Socrata and install. I already have it installed, but it's updating here. And then the other package that we're going to use is called dplyr. So you'll install it. Once the packages are installed, we'll need to load them. Load necessary packages. And to do that, we'll use the function library. So we'll pull up the R Socrata package as well as dplyr. Now we're ready to start by reading our data set. So read data from Socrata. Open data portal, data.lacity.org. To read our data, we'll use the read.socrata function. So we're going to first specify what we'll name our data set. So we'll call it barrels. This is going to be rain barrels and cisterns in LA City. And we'll use the arrow. You could also use the equal sign. And we'll say read.socrata. And now here, this is the most exciting part. All we need to do is put the URL to the dataset in quotation marks. So we will open up data.lacity.org. That's the open data portal. And we'll search for rain barrels. It's this first one that comes up, rain barrels and cisterns issued through the Department of Water and Power's rebate program. So we'll take a look at the data set first. We can see here that we have the rain season and the month, and then for that month, how many rain barrels, small, medium, and large cisterns were issued through the rebate program. So now all we do is take this URL and bring it into RStudio in quotation marks. Now there are a few ways to view your dataset in RStudio. We can click it and see the dataset in table form. We're going to use the glimpse function within the dplyr package. So we'll say glimpse barrels. Now what's nice about this function is that it tells you how each column is being read so that we can troubleshoot and manipulate the data to put it in the correct form if we need to. So it looks like this is being read correctly. Rain season is being read as a character, that's fine. The month is being read as date time, which is good, and the rest are integers. So that's good for us because what we want to do to calculate our metric is sum up these integer columns to get to the total number of rain barrels and cisterns issued through the program. So perform calculation, total number of rain barrels and cisterns issued through LADWP rebate program. We'll use the sum function to do that, and now we also see the names of the columns so we can specify our data set, barrels, and then for each column we'll use the $sign to specify which column. So we'll do that for each one. Barrels, medium, cisterns, and large. Now we get an error. Why might we get an error? Well, we saw in the data set that there were some missing values. And these are a little out of order, but it's for the months that haven't happened yet. These ones are missing. So first, we need to prep our data set, remove NAs. So to do that, we're going to make a new data set. We'll write over this barrels data set, and we'll use the function na.omit barrels. And when we do that, up here, our number of observations, which means rows, went from 61 to 56. So we can try this again. And now we can see our answer, that there were 88,119 barrels and cisterns issued up until now. And the nice thing about having this script is that we can run it over and over again as new data comes out so that we're always getting the most recent information. Hope this was helpful and look forward to your questions. Thanks.